and welcome to today's edition of 1 Minute Answers from 1 Minute Economics, the show in which I answer your economics related questions in a minute or so each. And I have received two questions about this week's topic, which is war. But before answering them, I just want to ask you for help real quick. And more specifically, I'm looking for feedback about the sound quality. So if you can, in the comments or by sending me an email to 1minuteeconomics@gmail.com, please let me know, one, if the sound quality of this video is better than that of last week's 1 Minute Answers from 1 Minute Economics video, and two, if the quality of today's video is better than that of this week's 1 Minute News from 1 Minute Economics video. So if you can, please help me with this feedback so that I can keep improving the quality of my videos and more specifically the quality of the audio. And with that stated, it's time to move on, but not before picking the topic for next week, which is going to be Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So maybe in light of the fact that prices have gone up recently, or maybe for another reason, you have a question about Bitcoin or about one of the other cryptocurrencies. If so, simply ask me by writing a comment below, and I'm going to do my best to answer it next week. For today's first question, Dan would like to know if large companies in the gun industry actively seek out war. Now, this is a tricky question to answer because there are two dimensions. One, the economic one, which revolves around us asking ourselves if there's a financial incentive for gun companies to want war, and two, the human nature dimension, where we have to ask ourselves if the humans, the people who are running these companies, are actually willing to seek out wars for the sake of profits. And to start by addressing the first dimension, I'm afraid that the answer is a clear yes. Tension and conflicts tend to be good for business. For example, tensions between India and Pakistan result in India being the number one importer of arms in the world. Then tensions in the Middle East result in Saudi Arabia being on position number 2 and the United Arab Emirates on position number 3. So I'm afraid that yes, tensions and instability are good for the gun business, and we also have data from the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, which shows us that from 2012 to 2016 we have had the quote-unquote best 5-year period in terms of arms exports since 1990, due in large part to the fact that tensions around the world have risen. So I would say that without a doubt, tensions and instability are good not just for gun companies in general, but also for the countries in which they're located, with the United States and Russia combined accounting for over half of the world's gun exports. And I'm going to share some data about the United States as well as some data about Russia. So is the incentive there? Most definitely. As far as the second dimension is concerned, I'm going to leave the answer up to you guys because it's outside the realm of economics, and it's ultimately all a matter of being better humans, being better people, and eventually reaching the point when even if a financial incentive is there, the people that are running the companies are, on a morally good enough position to say, no, regardless, I'm not going to actively seek out conflict. So is conflict good for the gun business? Yes. Do gun companies actively seek out war? I hope not. Today's second question is easy to answer, and we could even call the channel 1 Second Economics and it would be enough, because it is, generally speaking, is war a business? So if you guys wanted me to provide a really, really quick answer, the answer is yes. It's a business. But to be more specific, not only is it a business, it's a $1.6 trillion per year business. It's a huge business. I'm going to share a table which lists the top 20 countries in the world in terms of defense spending, and you can see that each and every country spends over 10 billion per year on defense, with the United States being the leader with over $600 billion spent on its military projects per year. Now, this is a huge, huge amount. There's a lot of money on the table, and the numbers, even just in terms of military spending, speak for themselves. Now, let's not even talk about actual conflicts where, a lot more variables are involved than simple military ones. Like, for example, we have the war in Iraq. You have the actual war, of course, with its various military costs, but then you also have the rebuilding efforts. You have the various companies involved in rebuilding a country that has been affected by war and so on. And it's downright staggering just how much money there is on the table when it comes to war. And it does tend to give me goosebumps to say that not only is war a business, it's a genuinely humongous business. That's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in to another edition of 1 Minute Answers from 1 Minute Economics. And please, if you can, remember to provide feedback about the audio quality of this video compared to my previous videos, if you can. And also, please remember that the topic for next week is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So if you have a question about Bitcoin, about how Bitcoin works, about the economics of Bitcoins, or anything else about Bitcoin or any of the other cryptocurrencies, please ask me by writing a comment below, and I'm going to do my best to answer your question next week. And as always, if you can, please like my videos, comment, be active in the community, subscribe to 1 Minute Economics if you haven't by now. And of course, also head on over to 1minuteeconomics.com where you can find more info about how to support the channel financially as well. Have an awesome weekend, guys.